Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Active passive voice series, day 11, future perfect tense, part 3. Students, as you know, in my previous videos, I explained to you future perfect tense, positive form, negative form, interrogative form, and interrogative form, the passive voice of future perfect tense. And in my today's lesson, I will explain you the interrogative pronouns, or you can say WH family or words that starts from the letter WH. First of all, I will tell you what are the active passive voice basically. Students, as you know, active voice and passive voice are two different ways of constructing sentences based on the relationship between the subject and the object of a verb. In active voice, the subject of the sentence performs the action expressed by the verb and the object receives that action. The structure of an active voice sentences is usually subject plus verb plus object. Let me repeat, subject plus verb plus object. As far as passive voice is concerned, in passive voice, the subject of the sentence receives the action expressed by the verb and the object becomes the focus of the sentence. The structure of the passive voice sentences is usually object plus verb plus subject. Let me repeat, object plus verb plus subject. Students, in passive voice, the emphasis is on the action rather than the doer of the action. It is often used when the doer of the action is unknown, unimportant, or when the speaker or writer wants to shift the focus of the recipients of the action. Students, as you know that I have explained passive voice of future perfect tense, the positive sentences, negative, interrogative, interrogative. And today I will explain you the interrogative pronoun. So first I will tell you the rules of passive voice future perfect tense. In passive voice, we will use will, have, been as helping verb. What is the helping verb of future perfect tense passive voice? Will, have, been. Alright. Use of by will be there, and we will use past participle. In perfect tense, in future perfect tense passive voice, we will use third form of the verb, or you can say past participle. Subject will take the place of object and object will come in the place of subject. Pronoun changes will be there. For example, I will be changed into me, he will be changed into him, she will be changed into her, they will be changed into them, we will be changed into us, it, you, and nouns. We will not change them, they will remain the same. Okay, these are the pronoun changes that you have to keep in mind while converting the sentence into passive voice. Okay, so now I will show you some examples. Students, as I told you, today I will explain you the interrogative pronouns or WH questions, or the sentences that starts from the letter WH. So how you will convert these sentences? First, in active voice, we will write the word that starts from the WH. For example, where, when, how, who, which, etc. And after that, in active voice as well as in passive voice, we will use the helping verb. Okay, let's start. How will she have cooked rice? As you know, in future perfect tense active voice, we use will have. We use will have as helping verb. Okay, in active voice, we will use third form of the verb. Alright, and in passive voice, we will use will have been. In passive voice, we will use will have been as helping verb, and we will use third form of the verb, or you can say past participle. Okay, use of by will be there, and these are the interrogative pronouns. So at the end of the statement, we will put the question mark, both in active and passive voice. All right. So how we will convert? How will rice have been cooked by her. At the end you can see the question mark. Okay. Another example, when will Sana have taken tea? When will Sana have taken tea? When will tea have been? You can see first we will use these WH words, after that helping verb, but helping verb is will have been. So we will use will, and after that we will write down the subject. Okay. Tea was object in active voice, but in passive voice it is our subject. Okay, so after that we will use the subject, and then we will use have been. Okay, so when will tea have been taken, then third form of the verb, by Sana. At the end we will use the object. Okay, as you know, subject will take the place of object and object will come in the place of subject in passive voice. All right, so when will tea have been taken by Sana? Okay, next example is, where will women have washed the cups? Look, where will the cups have been washed by women? Okay, where will the cups have been washed by women? Okay, next example is, who will have crossed the road? Who will have crossed the road? Instead of who, in place of who, we will use by whom. We will write by whom will the road have been crossed. Let me repeat. Who will have crossed the road? By whom will the road have been crossed? Okay, another example. Which car shall I have driven? As you know, in active voice we will use will have or will have or shall have. Okay, and in passive voice helping verb is will have been. Okay, so how we will convert it into passive voice? Which car will have been driven by me? Which car will have been driven by me? So now future perfect tense is completed. I have explained you positive, negative, interrogative, interrogative, and the WH form, or you can say interrogative pronouns. So what you have learned in today's lesson, you have learned in future perfect tense we use will have been as helping verb. In passive voice, use of by will be there, past participle, use of past participle or third form of the verb, subject will take the place of object and object will come in the place of subject. Pronoun changes that I have showed you. Okay, so I hope you will like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share. And in my next video I will explain you how you will convert the imperative sentences into passive voice. Okay, thank you so much.